Okay, 7.7b, reviewing distance formula again, just like the last section. Remember our distance formula, let's write it at the top. D equals the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So if I want to find the distance in number 1 between -3 and 1, I've got x1, y1, x2, y2. Can plug them in. Get 3 minus -3 squared plus 9 minus 1 squared. 3 minus a -3, that's 6 squared, plus 9 minus 1, that's 8 squared, so I get the square root of 36 plus 64, which gives me the square root of 100, which is the final answer of 10. Okay, so let's look at number 2. The endpoints of a diameter of a circle are -4, -5, and 6, -3. What is the length of the diameter of the circle? So if I draw a circle off to the side here, if I'm given two points on my circle and the endpoints of my diameter, I want to find the distance between those to find how long my diameter is. So if this is my x1, y1, and x2, y2, I can plug them into my distance equation. So x2 is 6 minus a -4 squared plus -3 minus -5 squared. Six minus a -4, that's 10 squared plus -3 minus a -5, that gives me 2 squared. 10 squared is 100. 2 squared is 4. So I get the square root of 104, and I can plug that in my calculator, get my final answer in a decimal, and you should get 10.2. All right, last question, number 4. What is the midpoint of segment AB? Our midpoint is actually a different formula than our distance formula. Midpoint formula looks like this. We've got M, big capital M, stands for midpoint, and a midpoint, instead of just being one number, like distance was just one number, like it's 10 units away, midpoint is going to be 2 coordinates. It's got to tell us where on our coordinate plane is that midpoint. So our first x value, we can find that new x value by taking x1 plus x2 divided by 2, and then our new y value is going to be y1 plus y2 divided by 2. Okay, so if I look at my coordinates here, I need to know what they are in order to use this formula. So for point A, I go left 1, so that would be a -1 x value, and I'm going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up 5. For B, I'm going right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and going down 1, 2, 3. So this would be x1, y1, x2, y2. And I can go ahead and plug them in. So I get my x's, I have -1 plus 5 over 2, and my y's, I have 5 plus -3 over 2. -1 plus 5, that's 4. divided by 2, and then 5 plus negative 3, that's 2. Or sorry, positive 2. Over 2. So my final answer is 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 2 divided by 2 is 1. That will be the midpoint of my formula, or of my 2 points. So if I graph that, just to double check, I'm going over 1, 2, up 1 right there, and that looks like it's the midpoint of my line.